Welcome back. In the last video, we introduced some online calculators just to kind of give you an idea of what goes into calculating your profit and loss when you're trading pairs. And in this video, we're going to introduce um, criteria or things to think about when you're selecting a pair to trade. One thing to consider is the spread.
Spread a little sunshine.
No, in this case, you don't want spread. Let's talk about the spread, but first let's review some of this stuff and add some other information. So we remember that in this currency pair, the first symbol is the base, and the next one is the quote. So in this case, the euro is the base, the US dollar is the quote. In that case, this rate here in the red is the bid, also known as sell, and in the blue, that is the ask or the buy rate. So for instance, if you see this graph here, this chart, when I got to this point, I said, I think this is going to go down. So I'm going to put a sell order. I'm going to open the position with a sell order. In that case, the bid price is or rate is at what I can sell the base currency. And then when I go to close, of course, this will be a different value because this value, it doesn't really matter what the values are, but the values are at whatever point in time the present time is, right? But when I go to close the position, say down here, I close it by doing the opposite of what I did, right, as we recall. So if I did a sell order, I'm going to close it by doing a buy order. Well, in the buy, then the ask price is what I would use to buy the base currency. So if you're going to do, just in other words, if you're doing a sell order, you use the bid. If you're doing a buy order, you use the ask. Now that we have that, the spread is the difference between the two. Now this is very similar to when you're doing penny stocks or day trading stocks, because again, you want a small difference in the spread, or you want a small difference between the bid and the ask, because a large spread indicates typically low volume and high volatility. And while we want price fluctuation over time, because that's how we make money, and the movement of the price or rate, when the volume is too low, indicated by usually a large spread, when the volume is too low, then the volatility becomes unpredictable, because you remember in the previous videos I talked about these low volume and then these sporadic spikes where a certain organization or individual does a large trade, and that greatly affects the price, which greatly affects your ability to do technical analysis on it. So you do want some consistent, steady, good volume, typically indicated by the spread. So you want a tight spread, something like maybe 0 to 3 pips. And if you notice in the example that I picked, it's actually less than 1. It's 0.1. It's the difference between this, and these are at the pip decimal place. They're the same number, so it's a difference of tenths of a pip. So based on what we just discussed with a pair having low spread, and we talked about before about having good consistent volume, and also we talked about having good predictable volatility, you might start out paper trading with one or more of these pairs: the Euro USD, the GBP USD, or the USD JPY. Okay, so we are very close now. We can actually almost start trading. We have covered either in a previous video or this video, we know how to at least open a buy or sell order. We know when are the best trading times. We know how to choose a broker by, clicking on the symbol entry box and picking the broker route for paper trading, obviously. And we know how to choose a currency pair, which we covered in this video, and I suggested 3 pairs. So let's actually go do this now. So I'm going to do this one last time. I've already done it in all these windows. We're going to pull up Trading View, pull up the chart, make the window big so I can look at what broker I want to use. Click on the, by the way, I picked Euro USD, which was the first suggestion. This shows all of the brokers. I've already picked several of these. Let's try one more. How about 8 cap? See if there's even any volume. And there's 0 volume. So you know what? I've done enough. So we have all of these, and what you do is you look, you kind of you look over them at the volume here, which is changing, and you could probably bump it up maybe to 5 minutes to kind of get less of a fluctuation. But this one here has been consistently the best broker to use, and that is IDC. So I think this is what we're going to go with, Euro USD, using IDC as our broker. And I believe that concludes this video. Hope to see you in the next one.